Hey guys, it's me. Okay, so I wanted to ramble a little bit because there's been a couple of things that I've been thinking about over the course of like the last few months, and I thought that I don't do vlogs like hardly ever, but I wanted to do kind of like a little ramble vlog where I just talk to you about things that are on my mind and things about my channel and all that stuff because we never really get much of a chance to kind of touch base and talk about these things since I don't really do the whole vlog thing. So, here that is. I hope you enjoy it and it's not too weird. Most of you know how busy these last few months have been for me, real life wise. I'm talking, sudden moves, sudden life changes, sudden family changes, things of that nature. So I do apologize if content hasn't been as much as you wanted in the last few months leading into the new year and now, and I do apologize for that. I hope that you guys understand and that everything's cool there. But these things happen, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to give this update. If someone's coming here for the first time and has no idea what's going on, I'm going to be talking a lot about YouTube and my channel and stuff. And if you're new here and you have no idea who I am or what happens, if you like video games and you like someone being absolutely awful and shit at playing video games, then you're in the right place. However, this is probably not the video you want to land on. So I would say go to my channel and check out another video because this one's a little bit weird. I think about my channel all the time. Obviously, now it's how I make my living full time. It was not that from the start, but for the past 2 years, I've really tried to make this something I could live off of, and thankfully, I was able to do that. Luckily, I made the change to try to make it, and I could ditch my horrible job. And that happened. So that's where I am right now. And I think when you become older, time goes weirdly and things just move really fast. I don't know what or how it happens, but it does. And it's really ridiculous and sometimes scary. But now that I've been working completely full-time for this amount of time, I've noticed some things that I wanted to share and maybe get off my chest with people. I've been feeling like this last year especially, past year and a little bit before, it's weird. The longer you're on YouTube, and maybe other YouTubers feel this way, maybe they don't, I'm not sure. But for me, the longer I remain on YouTube trying to do this as a job, I feel more pressure to get more and more things done. I don't know if that's a thing that everybody else goes through. Maybe I'm the only person that feels that way, but it just feels to me like I have more and more, or should be doing more and more responsibilities and getting things done. I apologize if all this seems a little jumbled. I don't put my thoughts together very concisely when I'm just talking like this. I don't have a script. I'm just kind of talking to you as I am. So, hopefully you won't think everything's a little too confusing. I don't know, doing things the same way for anything can get boring, of any job. It doesn't matter what job you're doing. I look back on my channel these days, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I think that, as things have changed, I feel like I have progressed, definitely. I mean, there's, no question there. Some things for the better, and then, some things not so much, but that's the learning process, right? So as I've looked back, I took a look just recently at where I started my channel and how much fun I had back then, when I was doing it as a hobby and it wasn't so consuming like it is now. Because, lately, for the last year, I feel like I've been literally glued to the comments. And I know a lot of YouTubers fall into this trap, and it is a trap. And if you're a YouTuber, you really shouldn't do that. Everyone knows that, but it's really hard to pull yourself away from that, along with being stuck to the numbers, stuck to the views, stuck about analytics, stuck about your CPM, and you just become obsessed about it, and it's so weird. I know that other YouTubers know what I'm talking about if they're listening to this. It's a place that I think you probably don't want to be. But especially if you're making it your full-time job, it's really hard not to, because you almost feel like you have some kind of responsibility to be doing that as a business, business-wise. I never wanted it to be about views for me. I have to make sure that that's not what it's about, despite it being my primary income. I don't think views should ever be a primary concern, even though it has to be or is with like 90% of professional YouTubers. As much as I try to keep a business sense in mind for the channel, views are never like a constant thing. They're very fickle. You could have like a random video just go crazy, and then you could have like something that you've put a lot of hard work into that you feel is great and a reflection of yourself, and it just tanks and doesn't do great. That could be a number of issues, and I know that. And these are kind of things that a lot of people obsess over, and I've been in that area where I have started obsessing over it, so I've tried to pull myself back from that. What I'd like to do for my channel upcoming is get my mindset back into enjoying the content I produce for the community that we've created here, because I really appreciate the community that we have here, and I have a great community. I'm so thankful for you guys, like, every day. I know that if you're like a long-time viewer, you know that in the beginning I played a lot of obscure games that I really enjoyed, that I thought I could show off to people, like Chrono Cross, and there were some Sierra titles, and Shadow of the Colossus, and Eco, and I really did enjoy doing a lot of stuff like that. I enjoyed talking to people there and just being lower key, and that's how a lot of us start. It's low key, obviously, when you start, because you're a nobody and nobody knows who you are. And things change when you move up. Change is normal. And I think, especially with YouTube kind of things, if you don't change, you're going to become stale and irrelevant sooner rather than later. Like, I don't think it's a good idea to do the same things over and over. I think it's definitely good to try new things and spice it up a little, even if, take a risk, right? So I'm not displeased at all with how my channel is going. I don't want people to think that that's the case. I'm just kind of rambling about how I feel about it, because I want to talk about how the channel has been like over the last I want to say not 8 months, like more like a year, or maybe a little before that, because God, like I said, time flies so damn fast when you get older. Holy crap. I feel like lately I've been in a rut about games, because I'm kind of stuck in a place where I want to do the blind LPs that I've been doing, because I really like the idea of creating that atmosphere of hanging out with like either a big sister or something that you can chill out with and hang out, and she's playing a game that you've played in your childhood and she didn't get to, so it's your turn to kind of teach her what to do, and it kind of creates a lot of communication and a lot of comments back and forth, and that's great. I love that kind of stuff. That's why I wanted to start blind LPing. Also, let's be honest, it's funny to see people derping it up with a first-time game that might be very nostalgic for you, and it holds feelings for you, and maybe seeing a person like me going through blind LPs would give you that feeling of nostalgia back, like when you first played it. It would remind you of that, and that's what I was really hoping to do. Lately, though, I feel that comments and things like that and the atmosphere of the blind LPs are starting to get a little bit out of hand and bordering a little bit on 50-50, where it's almost like half the comments are divided into, Jesus Christ, you suck at this. I was so great playing this as a child or when I was like 9 years old. Why are you making it so difficult? You should be doing better. And then the other half is like the people that I was hoping it would reach, where they said, man, I remember having trouble with this part. Going through this again is so great with you. I'll help you. Here's the tips I can give you. Keep going. I want to see what happens. I think, like I said, because I've started to get a little too obsessed with the comments, I've started to actually stress and worry about, how I'm doing on these blind LPs and whether or not I'm making enough progress, whether or not I'm doing it well enough. And that's starting to like get in the way of me enjoying it. I guess it's hard, and I'm not making excuses. I hope you don't take this as an excuse, but it is really the truth. When you're playing a blind LP live without edit and you're talking to people, explaining your feelings and trying to concentrate on the game, the story, the like command system and the input, it's very difficult. You get a little bit jumbled. You don't have the luxury of just resetting and starting over and keep, practicing. Sometimes off screen, it doesn't work like that. And I think because of the pressure I've been feeling, I almost feel like I'm not enjoying the games as much as I could. That's not to say I'm not enjoying them. I'm certainly enjoying Superstar Saga right now. I guess my main concern is that you guys are enjoying it. And that's really always been my primary concern, is how can I entertain you guys, because I want you to be happy with what you're watching, because you guys are the backbone of what I do. It's weird. I feel like because I'm so focused to do that and do it well, I've been missing out on a lot of new games. I'm not really into new games right now. I've wanted to kind of recess back into older things, partially why the blind LP thing started with me, and I'm glad that it's there. But I am more of an old school gamer. I look very fondly on old games. And I really wanted to talk to you guys about possibly bringing some older games back to my channel. Maybe games that I might have grown up with that probably a lot of you have never even heard of or played, because I have a feeling that many of you weren't even born when they came out. Things like that. And that would probably include like very obscure PC titles that you've probably never heard of, on a system you've never heard of, Sierra titles, old NES and SNES games, and maybe some of the things that I truly enjoy, like Suikoden series and things like that. A lot of old RPGs I'm really into. It's always a balance of, will this make a good LP? Will people watch this? Will it get too long? Will it get too grindy? You know, things like that. But I definitely don't want to forget that side of myself, because I know that I still have fans that are watching that remember those days and have been here since those days and are probably wondering when that stuff's going to come back. And I would certainly like to give them that, if possible, along with the blind shenanigans that we all know and enjoy now. So I was wondering how you guys might feel about either a new series, or maybe not even calling it a series, just a chance for me to for you guys to hang out with me and maybe take a look at a game you've never heard of. Maybe an older game that I grew up with that I want to show you, kind of like reversing the blind LP thing a little bit. It's really something that I would like to try. And see and hope that you guys would give it a chance, even if you're just used to the blinds shouting and shenanigans. I'm not saying that these older LPs are going to be like these older games are going to be stale or not fun just because I know them. Like, that's not how it's going to be. I'm sure that you guys realize that we can still make it very fun. But it is hard, because I do stress a little bit about how well it will do, because again, we always have to think about in the back of our minds, will I eat this month if my videos don't do well? It's things like that. It's always in the back of your mind, but I would like to change up things a little bit. And basically, I want you guys to hear what I had in mind, and I want you to comment and think, and tell me what your thoughts are on the whole thing, because it's really based around you guys, to be fair. I would like to do that. I would like to start showcasing older games that I like, bring people into what I grew up with. I will always have a main LP running and maybe a couple of little secondary LPs like I have been doing. Daily uploads, except for usually Sunday, are still going to be a thing. That being said, I'd like to bring back WTF Friday, but I think I would like to change it a little and move it to Saturday, because I feel like Friday is a better day for the main LP upload, which was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule. And sometimes putting out 2 videos for Friday is a little too much in the work week for me to get finished. That being said, we could change it to What the Shit Saturday or anything you guys want, because I really would also like to get my hands into some newer games that are coming out. And I think the one-off What the Fuck Friday kind of thing was working, because it doesn't lay on me the responsibility of having to start a new game and completely finish it if I don't like it. It's I want to give you guys something, like a video or 2, dick around with it, try out, see how it goes, ramble with it while you guys say, hey, this looks cool, why don't we do something with this? Or, yeah, that was fun for a video, now let's move on and see what else, Luca has in her library that she hasn't tried yet. That way there's no, we don't have to sit with it for 90 videos if we don't like it. And we've done that before with What the Friday, and it has, if you guys liked the game, we've gone on it with a full series, and if you haven't, we've dropped it. So I think that's a good idea, and I want to bring that back. And other than that, and the blind LPs that will still continue, even old games that I never finished when I was young, maybe I would like to revisit them and try to finish them. I would like to do those kind of things if people are willing to give it a chance. So let me know what you guys think about that. Blind LPs, like I said, they're going to continue, so don't worry about that. They're just not going to be back-to-back crazy like they have been recently. One of the reasons is I have a lot of Nintendo games that I need to go through that are blind, and I'm sure a lot of you know that Nintendo lately has been kind of putting the smackdown on copyright things, even though they claimed that it would get better. I myself have been hit by quite a few of them. And even though I am partnered with Polaris, if it's certain kinds of copyright strikes, a lot of which I have gotten, which are visual, there's nothing they can do. so I have to take a hit on those videos and not get paid for the content that I make. So that, that being said, and them rolling out their new partnership program, which is you can see videos on that somewhere else. I'm not going to talk about that, but I almost am a little, not scared, but a little bit concerned about how I'm going to keep going with the titles, because I've got a ton of Nintendo titles that I want to get through blind. So after Superstar Saga, we may have to wait on the Nintendo stuff, but again, blind LPs will still come, so don't worry about those at all. We will still do those, but I would like to let people know that I will be playing them more to enjoy them and not just to rush through and stress out about whether you guys like them or not. I would hope that you guys understand that because I'm playing it blind and I've never played it before, there's going to be a lot of room for error. There's going to be no chance that I pick it up and I'm being 100% perfect. The purpose of my channel is to see me dick around with games and be shit at them. So, hopefully you guys understand that. And I think it'll be good. I think a little bit of change up will be good. I hope you guys are open to some new things and some older things. Also, a lot of people ask me every day about Relaxen. Here's what I'm going to say about that. Hopefully, and this is not a definite, so bear with me, hopefully Relaxen will make a comeback in spring. Due to personal happenings, my life has not been at all relaxing for like the last year. And before, I got into kind of like, real life shenanigans, Google and I had the issue over the ownership of Relaxen. They kind of dicked me around a little with that for a long time. And it took a long time for me to actually get ownership back to it. And that really took the wind out of my sails for that whole project. It really put a damper on how I felt about it. I feel bad almost every day knowing that the channel is there, but Relaxen is not the kind of project that I can just go back into automatically and be like, yeah, let's start. Let's be completely relaxing and uplifting, and, because it's very calculated actually doing Relaxen, and the messages I want to convey with that channel are very important to me. So I want it to be quality when it actually comes back. I don't want to put stuff up just to get views or just to get hype surrounding it. So that's a thing. If you're hoping for Relaxen to come back, I am too. Let's just hope that everything goes well, and I will be working on it as best I can. That I can promise you, that I will be doing my utmost to get that to come back. So I guess that's about it. I want to thank you guys for always taking the time to watch my videos and listen. Every time you watch and give me a like or give me a subscribe or comment in my videos, it really means a lot to me. Even if you're saying something nasty, it's still you giving me some kind of feedback. So you took the time to do it, and I do appreciate it. I love you guys so much. Keep watching. I think you're going to like some of the stuff I have planned. If you see something come up on the channel and you're not sure what it is, and you've never heard of it, and it's not like a Mario game and it's not a blind Zelda game, don't, immediately close the window. Give it a chance. You might be a little surprised. I would like to teach you guys some things about older games as much as you teach me about the games that I've missed out on, so I hope we can do that. And thanks for listening to me ramble, guys. I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're listening to this, and know that I love the crap out of you, and I'll talk to you soon.